Hey everyone, Mitch coming in from the Commander's Core studio. Welcome to the show. So on today's episode, I've got a fun one for you with the most insane commanders you can build around right now. Let's jump into it. Okay, so let's start one off with a doozy with, well, Heliod the Radiant Dawn, or should I say, kind of, maybe? Let's jump into it. A 4/4 legendary champion creature god for 4 mana in white, but it is an Azorius commander that says, when it enters the battlefield, return target enchantment card that isn't a god from a graveyard, your graveyard to your hand. But by paying 3 and a Phyrexian blue, this is where we really get going with this commander. So for basically 7 mana in total and 2 life, most likely is what you're going to be doing, you're going to be getting this commander out and immediately flipping it because, well, Heliod the Warp Landscape is what we're really here for. A 4/6, oh my goodness, so many words right there that you have to really scrunch the text. Legendary enchantment creature Phyrexian God. You may cast spells as though they had flash. And spells you cast cost, well, 1 less cast for each card your opponents have drawn this turn. There is so much insanity going on right here that it is even hard to speak of because, well, you not only have basically a Vedalken Ori in your command zone, well, after you flip it, but the Vedalken Ori essentially, but on top of that, mass cost reduction to the point of insanity, to the point of, yeah, cast whatever you want, basically either for free or basically just for the pips, or again, if you don't have any pips, maybe like, for like a Blightsteel Colossus, yeah, decide nowhere to go, oh yeah, Blightsteel for free. Because here's the thing, you can very easily, since you are in blue, cast a single wheel spell and just go, okay, everyone discard your hand and draw 7, or whatnot, or Windfall, draw it to the max, essentially, right? And then all of a sudden you go, oh, okay, yeah, my spells cost 21 less to cast this turn. Cool. All right, I cast Blightsteel for free. All right, awesome. Maybe I cast this giant X draw spell, essentially for 1 single blue mana. Okay, good for me. All right, awesome, I'm doing that. Yeah, there are amazing things you do this. There's absurd things you do this, essentially, again. It gives you that ability to play whenever you want to play, to react to however you want to react, to do whatever you want to do, and to cast basically everything for free. I mean, if you want to go, like, Eldrazi, you can definitely go Eldrazi as well. Just drop the biggest Eldrazi you ever can imagine on the board out of nowhere just right before your turn. And go, yeah, okay, you're done with your turn, you're passing. Okay, wheel. All right, and then Eldrazi. Okay, all right, next turn, swing, I win. Cool, good for me. Yeah, it's an insane commander. Definitely check it out. And make sure you check out that card list link in the description below with all these commanders. Moving on, insane for a different reason, Zancha Sleeper Agent. Now, this is a commander that is insane in my opinion, not because of necessarily power level. It can be a very powerful commander, yes, but because it kind of turns the game on its head in a way. It's a 5/5 Phyrexian minion for 3 mana in Rakdos, and enters the battlefield under the control of an opponent of your choice. Not many commanders literally play in the way where you're like, okay, I'm playing it. It's not mine, it's yours now. Yeah, you're just playing it where you give everyone else your commander, and that's the entire goal of the game. It attacks each combat fable and can't attack its owner or planeswalker's owner controls. On top of that, by paying 3, its controller loses 2 life and you draw a card. Any player may activate this ability. So, basically this is, again, a sleeper agent for you. Give it to an opponent, it's going to be swinging around hurting other players, but also everyone is going to go, you know what? I really could use a card. Sorry, player who's controlling it right now. Pay 3, I'll draw. Pay 3, I'll draw. Of course, there are also ways to make this potentially cost less as well to activate. And then also ways to, well, maybe grant everyone some mana. Or just, if you're going to be, a hog when it comes to cards, grant yourself a ton of mana. Some massive ritual effects to, well, drain an opponent's life down to absolutely nothing, probably taking advantage of maybe some wound reflection type cards where you're like draining them even more. They're doubling that up too. And then you're going, oh, I'm sorry, I took you out. Oh no. Okay, well, I guess, I'm gonna have to move Zancha around to someone else then at some point. So then they can be the victim of Zancha. Yeah, it is a commander that acts like no other. It is an absolutely insane fun way to play. Check it out. Next up, a commander that starts off completely normal, then just goes complete 180. We've got Inez the Gale Force, a 4/4 Djinn with flying for 5 mana in blue. Pay 2 and an Azorius, attacking creatures with flying get ++1 until end of turn. And it says, whenever 3 or more creatures you control with flying attack, each player gains control of a non-land permanent of your choice, controlled by the player to your right. Yeah, that's kind of insane. basically with this, what that means is, well, hey, well, it's a normal kind of like flying matters commander where everyone's like swinging and like, all right, cool, all right, I pump my creatures, cool, all right, great. No, this is like, all right, attack with 3 or more, and all of a sudden I'm like, all right, musical chairs. Basically, you're just starting to move things around the table. You are making deals. You are basically going like, hey, you know what? Yeah, I'll swing these 3. All right, cool. All right, I'll take that. You take that. You are making it so that players are losing their best permanents. They're probably stealing some of your flyers, and that's okay. But you're stealing some of the most amazing cards off of your right and going, yeah, okay, cool. All right, I'll take that. You are moving things around. You are causing chaos with Azorius, when Azorius is the colors of order. So yeah, being able to go, yeah, you know what? This game's just going to go completely different, completely off the rails. You thought it was going to be one thing. It's not that thing. It's something completely different. It's a commander that is absolutely insane and really throws a wrench into the entire game just by attacking with some flyers. Moving on, an oldie but a goodie, and one that I would say is insane merely because people think you're crazy for building around it. Skeleton Ship. That's right, Skeleton Ship. This amazing commander with amazing artwork of, like, skeletons on flying tortoises and a dolphin and a ship. There we go. A 0-3. I can't even remember what this technically is because it's been errated, but I think it's a skeleton and not a ship, but is it a pirate? I don't know. Anyways, for 5 mana in Dimir, basically, if at any time you don't have an island, it's got island home, you sacrifice it. Okay, cool. And you can also tap to put a -1/-1 counter target creature. Now, here's the thing. Players out there might think that this is quite weak. All right, oh, that's not that good of an effect. Yeah, you got to have an island to keep it in play even. Okay, well, that's not really that hard to do. Obviously, you can do that. But essentially with this one, you are going to go, oh, okay, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be utilizing that -1/-1 counter in a bigger way. Now, of course, these days, we've got more and more ways to proliferate, which is great. Being able to essentially go, okay, I get 1 counter on something, and eventually I can proliferate to the point where it gets taken out. Good for me. But also, there are certain things out there that care about, well, when things are targeted. So, being able to go, okay, hey, whenever any of your creatures are targeted, they have to be sacrificed. Whenever one of your creatures is targeted, I gain control of it. There are different amazing ways to take advantage of this that players don't know about. And of course, you're in a great color combination, just because that blue, to untap it again and again and again, and turn this commander that, again, is unassuming, is potentially laughed at when you sit down, to an insane powerhouse that your opponents do not know could be just, well, taking over the board in absolutely no time. So check it out. Speaking of insane powerhouses, in for just 18 cents in total. A 4/4 avatar with lifelink that is Evra, Halcyon Witness for 6 mana in white. By paying for, you exchange your life total with Evra's power. Now, this is quite funny, this is quite hilarious, and it can be quite amazing. And it's the kind of commander, again, that your opponents might just not take seriously and just kind of laugh at, and you're like, well, mono white is the weakest color, so you have no chance, and what are you going to do with this commander? Oh, you're really going to go down to 4 life? Yes, I am, and I'm going to here to tell you why, because I'm going to just one-shot you out of nowhere, gain that life back, and do some pretty crazy things. Maybe give it double strike, gain even more life. Maybe take advantage of having the biggest creature on the board for, well, I mean, eternity, essentially, right? With this one, you are able to get the biggest creature on the board by far very, very, very quickly. And, of course, you can take advantage of certain amazing cards out there that care about mass life gain. Because, here's the thing. When you are exchanging your life total with it, again, let's say you're at 40, you drop down to 4. And this becomes a 40/4. Cool, good for you. You're down to 4 life. But when you do switch it back, and let's say you swing, you hit, cool, you gain 40 life. Great, all right, you're at 44, whatever it is. All right, you switch it back. All right. If you didn't do that beforehand, okay, cool. What you can do is go, all right, you know, normally I'd be playing with my life in that way, but if I switch it back beforehand, I can make it so that essentially I just gain 36 life. And then I've got certain cards out there that care about when I gain a massive amount of life. Maybe some life doubling cards when you gain. You can really play around with this in some ways that your opponents will not know that you're able to do. You can also, of course, just make massive creature that just swings and hits really hard. And it's a lot of fun. It's basically a one-shot whenever you want it. It's great. Check it out. Moving on, Patron of the Moon. An insane commander because it's in a color that does not do what this does, but it does do it now. Patron of the Moon is a 5/4 spirit with Moonfolk offering, which does not matter, for a 7 mana in blue. Here's the thing with, like, the offerings and whatnot with these kind of commanders. Yeah, like, that's, like, extra text on there that some people are like, oh, I'm not going to play Moonfolk Tribal, so I'm not going to play it. Just ignore that. You can literally ignore that. It does not matter. Like, if you really want to have some Moonfolk in the deck, cool. Like, you can. It can be kind of helpful in certain ways, sure. But you don't have to build it with that way. That being said, it's got flying, and most importantly, it has pay 1, put up to 2 land cards in your hand into play tapped. What in the world kind of an effect is that, especially in blue? When is blue ever able to hyper ramp you more fast than anything else in the world? Again, literally, what else can do that? Nothing else can do that. Green can't even do that. Green can't go like, okay, pay 1 mana, cheat 2 lands into play. No, it cannot do that. And here's the thing, there are some absolutely absurd Amulet of Vigor combos that you can do with this one as well. Yes, blue has, commanders that can obviously combo in a variety of ways, but with lands, yeah, you can go landfall, land shenanigans with this one. Lands going here, there, and everywhere, doing some absolutely crazy things, and again, making all the green players at the table jealous that you literally have all the lands in the world, and you're like, nah, I don't really care about these in play right now. Let's bounce them back to my hand with these different things, play them again, get more landfall triggers, do this, that, this, that, this, that, this, that. You can do some absolutely crazy things with this one. Check it out. Moving on, Nevinral Urborg Tyrant, a 3/6 zombie wizard for 6 mana in Esper. Hexproof from artifacts, creatures, and enchantments. When enters the battlefield, create a tapped 2/2 black zombie creature token for each creature that died this turn. On top of that, when it dies, you can pay 1, and oh no, Nevinral's Disc happens. When you do, you destroy artifacts, creatures, and enchantments. This is a repeat board wipe / mass token generator on a body, which is insane. Also, ironically, just has Hexproof from miscellaneous things that people forget about too. So yeah, it stays safe from a lot of things too that you might not, even pretend or remember that it does. So it's great. So with this one, essentially though, yeah, you can very easily utilize that ETB again and again and again. You are in a perfect color combination to do so. You've got Azorius colors, you've got plenty of blink effects, so you can use that too. More importantly though, you are in black, which gives you Feign Death type effects, which means like, hey, okay, you're about to die. Cool. All right, when you die, come right back, okay? So with this one, essentially, you can utilize, again, sacrifice outlets to go, okay, I sacrifice you. You're gone. Bye-bye. I pay 1, and all of a sudden, everything is going to be going away. But, of course, before I do all that, I'm going to, feign death you, essentially, so when you die, you're going to come back as well. So, basically, I go, okay, all right, you're going to die, you blow everything up, then you come back, and you're like, what happened? Oh, all these things died? Cool, zombies. All right, so you can make an insane amount of zombies. Again, you can, of course, just also blink it again and be like, all right, another one. Or, like, utilize doubling up ETB effects as well to make this massive army out of nowhere. Yeah, this is, again, a board wipe on a body that is easy for you to utilize whenever you need to do it, which also makes you a massive army. It's absolutely insane. It's just insanely 25 cents. Pick it up and check it out. And finally, Vilis, Broker of Blood. Now, I find that players, again, when you kind of get outside of that, commander at 5 mana, 4 mana, 5 mana, some players might go up to 6. Once you get to, like, 7, players are like, I don't know about that. And 8 is just right out of there. Players are like, 8 mana for a commander? How could I ever build around that? Well, let me tell you, Vilis, Broker of Blood is well worth it. More than worth it. An 8/8 demon with flying for 8 mana in black. By paying a single black mana, you pay 2 life and target creature gets -1/-1 till end of turn. But more importantly, whenever you lose life, you draw that many cards. Yeah, this is an insane draw engine for you and so much fun. There is no stop to the fun. Once you pop the fun, don't stop with your life total. With this one, you are going to be utilizing, again, your life as a resource. You can play amazing cards. Some of my favorite cards out there in Magic, like Mischievous Poltergeist, which are just like, oh yeah, by the way, pay 1 life whenever you want to regenerate me. Cool. Even if you don't need to regenerate, you're just like, all right, I pay 1 life, 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 I pay 1 life. Okay, cool. I just drew like 6 cards for doing absolutely nothing. I probably just said that 5 times, or maybe 6. I don't know. Anyways, you can just draw whenever you want. You can dig down into your deck. You can go get something like a Gary, a Great Merchant of Asphodel, drain your opponents even further, gain some life back, and all of a sudden you're doing it again and again and again and again, getting a ritual effect, casting something else, draining even further, gaining more life back, life swapping someone, getting all the life back, doing it again and again and again. Basically, once you get this commander out, chaos ensues for your opponents, and you have a draw engine unlike anything else. Necropotence out there just for you to utilize out of the command zone. It's an insanely amazing, fun commander, and again, players sleep on it because they're like, it's 8 mana. I'm never going to build around that. Put in mana rocks. Put in so many mana rocks, it does not matter. Because if you've got mana rocks and you've got those, again, life adjustment cards like Mischievous Poltergeist, you can draw into all the cards that you need to then win. Demolish your opponents with this one. And with that, this episode is coming to a close. As always, comment below with your thoughts on it. And of course, as always, thanks again and have a good one. This show and episodes like this one are possible thanks to viewers like you. If you're looking for an easy way to help support this show, make sure that you like, share, and subscribe. Also, hit that bell notification icon so you don't miss any new episodes. You can also go check out our playmats and other merchandise at thecommandersquarters.com. Another easy way to support this show is with our TCG player affiliate links. So whether you're buying a deck or individual cards, you can use this general link right here or one in the description. And the final way that you can support this show is by supporting us directly by becoming a patron. There are many benefits to being a patron, and I truly couldn't do this without all of their support.